Hi friends, welcome back to my cozy little channel, and today is more of a little chit chat video and kind of a bit more of an easier one. And today I'm going to talk about this thing right here, which you can't really see all of it, but let me just say it is a 3-tier utility cart, which I'm using as a flare cart. If you are part of the chronically ill disabled community, I'm sure you may have heard of what a flare cart is. So I just wanted to explain it to people who may be dealing with a chronic illness, disability, any sort of illness kind of thing like that, where you want to do this. If you are mentally ill, you can also be doing this because it provides you easier, quicker access to maybe coping skills or your distractions, stuff like that. Of course, I would just want you to be safe. And so that's what I'm going to talk about. And so I want to talk about what is a flare cart, why do I have a flare cart, and what do I put in a flare cart, in my flare cart. And so basically, a flare cart for me in description would be a way for me to have quicker, easier access and mobility with all of the things that I think are important for me to have near me. So I've got quite a bit of things inside of here, and I will show you guys all 3 tiers in a bit. But it provides, as you can tell, it is something that moves pretty easily. It's filled with stuff. I will tell you that it's not very light. But as someone who has pretty much very little upper body strength now, I can tell you that it's not heavy enough for me to not be able to move it, including in a flare, because as um, I don't, I'm currently in a flare. What can I say? I'm in a lot of pain. But that's okay. It's okay. I have my flare cart. And so, what my flare cart provides for me is to have all of my medical equipment, or not all of it, but majority of it, organized in a small, contained area where I can take it with me if I go to another room in the house, another part of the house if I need to. And as it is all together in 3 tiers, I can also have it close to my bed. If I need something, I don't have to get up, go to the kitchen, get up and go to some other part of the house and get something when I need it, especially if I am in a very severe flare where I can't do that very easily without causing my own body a lot of pain or stress or anything like that. So for me, it just means something that is organized where I can keep my medical equipment, and it would provide me with a little bit of an easier time when I'm going through a flare or dealing with my disabilities and chronic illnesses. So, why do I need a flare cart? I have several diagnoses that are chronic illnesses and mental illnesses as well that caused me to become disabled. And for me, I'm not going to go through all of my individual diagnoses because I know that there are people out there who may or may not, but there are some people out there who might compare, maybe look at me and say, oh, she's not sick, or oh, I'm not sick enough, stuff like that. And I would hate to do that for people. And of course, just know that your struggles are valid, my struggles are valid. So just know that I don't want to cause any comparison or anything like that. And but I will say that I have quite a lot of illnesses. I am not able to drive anymore. I cannot um, work due to my health and stuff like that. So it just becomes a lot harder. And to make my life easier, it makes it even a tiny bit easier to give myself a flare cart. Okay, so maybe that didn't make much sense, but I think seeing it and kind of knowing what all I put in my flare cart may make more sense. And so I just wanted to go through that with you guys, maybe give you going through my flare cart will help give you guys out there maybe some ideas on what to put in your flare cart if you want to make one, or maybe just I don't know. So I'm just gonna tell you what's in my flare cart. So on I bought this by the way from Amazon and it came with 3 of these little cups and 4 of these little hooks that I can hang stuff on. So on one I've got some fidget toys and stuff like that in case I'm, you know, board or whatever. I don't really know what to put on the hooks yet because a lot of my stuff is quite bigger, as you can tell, my medical equipment and stuff like that. So I just want to okay, but I did hook a pulse ox on one of them, and on this side I've got a little grabbing tool in case I'm struggling with my spine. Some of you guys may already know this, but I did get a spinal fusion. I had idiopathic scoliosis, very severe, and so in 2019 I got my spine surgery. If you guys want to know more about that, I can make a whole video about my journey with scoliosis and my spinal fusion. But anyway, so I will go from the top to the bottom. On the top, as you can see, I've got tissues right here. I did put 2 instant ice packs in case I need an ice pack really quickly. If I have a migraine, if I'm having pain somewhere, I can have instant ice packs. I am going to buy some more of these because I think these are very helpful, especially here in Texas. I have 2 types of dysautonomia, and if you have dysautonomia, I'm sure you know that heat intolerance is a very real thing, and Texas is very hot. So having access to something cold very quickly when I, for example, can't go to the kitchen or something like that to grab something, or if the power goes out, there's a hurricane, something like that, it's always nice to have something that can help cool you down. Also, pain. What can I say? So I have ice packs. Behind here, I've got a whole little bucket or little container thing where I put some of my medications. Majority of my medications are kept separately. The ones that I take, prescribed morning and night, stuff like that. But these are just my as needed medications or vitamins and stuff like that. So I just keep them in here. I also have 2 packs of gum because gastroparesis. And then on this side right here, I've got a bunch of wipes. These are not all of them. There's quite a lot more as well. So I've got a bunch of wipes, and these are like really great. I'm sure if you've ever been in the hospital and hospitalized, you've gotten some wipes like these, and they're just great to go like anywhere in on your body, and they help freshen you up in case you can't take a shower or bathe, which is a very actual real thing that people struggle with when you're unwell and struggling with disabilities and pain. It's not something that I would say is gross. It's just part of the reality of being sick sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that because you're struggling. And sometimes you want to feel clean, but you can't go and take a bath or take a shower, and that's okay. So having wipes is a great alternative because you are getting clean. And yeah, that's my little ramble right there. On this side, I've got some nasal spray and then band-aids in a little container just in case anything happens. I don't know. I just thought band-aids would be a nice addition. I've got my alcohol swabs, and then I keep my glucose. My glucose is up there, but my glucose monitor. That's what I was trying to say. My glucose monitor is kept with me on my bag or in my bag. Sorry. So yeah, that's what I've got there, and then in my little first container, I've got I can't for the life of me say the name of this, but I call it a thermometer. I know that's wrong, but I keep one of those. Hand sanitizer, some chapstick, a hair tie, and a little aromatherapy nasal inhaler for stress in case I need it. Not funny. I don't know how to explain it any other way. And then over here in this container, I have all of my electrolyte and liquid IV packets and just stuff like that in case I need to add electrolytes to my drink and I'm needing it. Also, I just want to say these ones are really good. The immune system support ones, highly recommend. My favorite flavor of liquid IV would have to be I think it's called golden cherry. Is it called golden cherry? Yes, it is called golden cherry. That one's my favorite flavor. I have to say that is my favorite flavor. If you drink liquid IV, let me know what your favorite flavor is. And then here I've got some heat packs that are instant and also some pain packs that you can stick onto whatever part of your body may be hurting and it helps out. Here I've got my blood pressure monitor. I've got my compression garments in the back. I've got a massage gun for when I'm having aches and pains. I've got my TENS unit and my heating pad. I also have a spray bottle with magnesium in it and some socks right here because I spray them on the bottom of my feet to help me get some magnesium back into my body. Now onto the third and last tier. I've got some throw up bags, masks, gloves are in the back. I've got some cough drops, utensils, some saltine crackers, applesauce, water, Sprite, gummies, and then the only other thing I keep in here is a little notebook, some pens, and a little game thing in case I get bored, and then also a flashlight because, again, like if the power goes out, you kind of need something. But that is all I keep in my flare cart. I think I'm going to insert a little clip of me putting this together at the end. I did that before, so yeah. I hope this would have helped someone else out there who may be struggling with some chronic illnesses, or if you just want to have a cart in general. It's a great thing to have, and I highly recommend it. For anything, again, if you have mental illnesses, I think this is a great thing too. You could put like coloring stuff in here, journals, workbooks, books, poetry, your fidget toys, anything else in here. You can put gaming stuff in one of these. You can put so many different kinds of things depending on whatever you think your needs are. But I think they are great, and I hope that it helps someone else out there. And just know that if you're struggling with your health or a new diagnosis or a chronic illness or a mental illness or are disabled as well, just know that you are not alone and that there is someone else out there who is cheering you on and rooting for you and hoping nothing but the best for you. And good luck on your journey. And I hope that you will stick around with me to stay for mine. But overall, just know that I love you and you are amazing. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.